Hey everybody, it's Annette. I'm certain if you've been awake at all, you've heard about the cruises and the viruses on them. I can't say the one that's very, very dangerous, the Havarti virus. That one is sad because people are stuck on there. At least the last I heard they were, and there have been fatalities. So to friends and family or anybody who was on that um, cruise, my heart and my prayers go out to you. And then I saw today, obviously, notifications were coming up that now Princess, one of the Princess cruises, and maybe some other ones, but Princess was the one that jumped out at me, have a norovirus outbreak on one of their ships. While norovirus is not uncommon, it does make people very, very ill. You get the throwing up, you get the diarrhea. Cruise staff will follow a strict protocol once it disembarks and prior to the new round of people going on. This will involve deep cleaning and whatever they have to do to sterilize it. People who are going to cruises, if you are a person who has been affected by one of these cruises that has experienced the norovirus, just expect between the time people disembark and the time you get on, well, more than realistically, it's going to be delayed because they've got to do additional extra cleaning, and that will be for your protection. So, because we're getting closer and closer to that time, and now we're seeing an influx of these viruses, uh, primarily norovirus, and they'll for norovirus, when they're trying to maintain control, they will do a full serve buffet from what I've learned. And honestly, I prefer that. I prefer that than to go behind 200 other people and touch things that they have, even though I have my rubber gloves. So, how am I going to prepare myself and my husband so we can be at our optimal immune and selves and stay safe on this cruise? So, prior to a cruise or a vacation or anything, what I do, a little sticky, I use this garlic infused honey. 1 week before I travel somewhere, I'm going to start with 1 teaspoon in the evening of the garlic infused honey. This is a great thing to help with your immune system. And I got this out of a basket. I paid a certain amount for the whole basket because I wanted this item. It's going to take a while for me to do any honey or garlic infusion. I'm not there yet. So this was a great buy. And a teaspoon at a time, it's going to last. Husband, I have told him to start taking this. And then also, I'm going to definitely take the Queen of Thieves. The garlic infused honey is not going to go on the cruise with us. The fire cider vinegar is. So what I'm going to do, husband has some room in his liquids bag. I'm going to take some of this, transfer it to one of these vials. Just made myself cross-eyed doing that. Transfer it to one of these vials, and also on everything that I'm going to put into a smaller bottle so that it will fit and so that it won't exceed the maximum size. And I know you can put a bigger bottle like on checked-in luggage. Well, what if there's a delay or it gets misplaced or something? So I'd rather us have it on us. So I've got this little label maker, it's a brother label maker. Everything that I feel use for a bottle before I fill it up, I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to label it because once you put it in there, they'll get slippery or sticky. I'm also going to bring some, this is a tincture, very, very strong vitamin C liquid. And then I've got the elderberry tincture, and I have got the ginseng. What I do, for example, prior to a trip, I will have my regular cup of tea that I drink, but I'll put some, like a reserve, in a smaller cup, and then I actually add a dropper of the vitamin C, a dropper of the ginseng. Elderberry is about out, so I make a really strong concoction that goes in there and stir it up and blend it together with some stevia, and I will drink that every evening for a week before we travel. Especially now with this mess going on. So again, for the tinctures, because these bottles are only 1 ounce, they would fit in a liquids bag, but because we're having to pack more stuff and to maintain health and immunity, they're going to go in these little bottles as well, clearly labeled. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do, and this will be a video later, is rosemary. I was out of the inhalers, but if you don't have inhalers, you can make your own inhaler. So what you'll need is cotton balls, your essential oil. You can either do a rosemary blend or you can do the rosemary, cedarwood, and lavender. 5 drops of each one on a cotton ball. Then you can stick it either in a medicine bottle, cap it up. For our trip, I'm going to stick it in a snack bag. So what you're going to do is occasionally open up the cap of your medicine bottle, deeply inhale in one nostril, deeply inhale in the other one. What you're wanting to do is once that is inhaled, then it breaks down into your system, gets into your bloodstream, and provides more immunity. And I did forget my little disclaimer that this is not meant as a substitution for medical advice. This is not diagnosing any illnesses nor telling you how to treat illnesses. I'm just telling you what we're doing to help have a good, safe, healthy immune system. So always consult with your doctor ahead of time on herbs that you may or may not be able to work with. These are just some of the blends that I use just to give us that extra like Superman. So I'm going to put this on some cotton balls, put that in a bag. I will also label the bag. I went to Dollar General, and husband doesn't like tea. He likes sweet Southern tea, cold. Okay, so he's not going to drink echinacea. They happen to have this at Dollar General. I don't know how long the sale is. They're going to have, they got the buy one, get one half off. So I went ahead and grabbed some of this. When I get my readers on, I'll see whatever the dosage is per day. And I've got these little zip bags. The medicine is going to go in here. I have already packed all my stuff. So we're going to fill some gaps. We're going to put some stuff in husband's liquid bag, and it will be labeled. If they want to take my vitamins from me, if they want to take my tinctures from me, you know what? I can't control that. And I will not argue or get confrontational, but I'm just trying to keep myself healthy and therefore keep other people healthy. So I have no control what they will decide, or if they'll go like it's not packaged properly. On an airplane, it's usually a piece of cake. Have no problem with it. Again, cruise security, I don't know. I've never done this before, so I can let you know after the fact. Also, elderberry. I have told him to have some of the tincture, but capsules, I'm going to pack enough of these. Do the same thing with these bags. So elderberry, great immunity herb. And this was also buy one, get one half off at Dollar General. Was not too shabby. So what I'm going to do for my tea, I told you I was already packing mullein, but because you don't normally see at the store and I don't have time to order it, and I have a lot of loose herbs at home, I'm going to go ahead and make my own power blend. And I'm going to pre-fill these tea bags and then pull the drawstring on them. And then, for example, dinner or lunch or whatever, I could ask for a cup of hot water, put the already made up tea bag in there, and then soak it. And I'm going to give you the blend I'm going to make. All my tea bags will then go into a small snack bag. So it's not going to take up a lot of room. And I'll get back to the herbs in a minute. I got another bag of the Lysol wipes because with floating Petri dishes, we're going to make that bag fit somewhere. Everything will get wiped down. I did not know if masks would be needed or required. I do keep these primarily for dust allergies and stuff like that, but this is thin enough. There's 4 in here. They're supposed to be the good kind. It says KN95. So these are already packaged. They're coming with us. I'm going to also have, I already showed you the little packet. It's about the size of the Lysol wipes of the hand sanitizer. So these are alcohol wipes and 75% alcohol. You want your alcohol to be at least 70% when you're dealing with trying to fight viral illnesses and airborne things like that. When 2020, 2019, then 2020 rolled around, minimum 70% for it to be effective against those kinds of viruses. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one that I did with the baby wipes. I'm going to get a quart-size bag. I'm going to label it so I don't get it confused with the baby wipes and then somebody's alcohol in their bum. But, but anyway, I'm going to open this and then take out a nice portion and put it in there. We will have that to wipe surfaces with, to wipe our hands with if we go on a port day. And I don't know if things are still going squirrely by the time we travel, if the ports will even accept visitors. So regardless, we will have them and they will fit in my crossbody. So the blend I'm going to do is going to be equal parts. I'm going to do the echinacea, which is great for immunity. Plantain removes toxins. You can use plantain in your yard. If you get bee stung, you can pull a leaf off. You just know what you're looking at and identifying it before you do what I'm saying. But you pull the leaf off, put it in your mouth and chew it up and make a poultice out of it. If you're out somewhere hiking or in your yard or whatever and yellow jacket or bee sting comes, grab that leaf off, chew it up, and then spit it out. I know it's kind of gross, but that's how it works. It's how you make your poultice on the run. And then put it on the affected spot and just kind of wrap it up with some gauze or something. That will draw the toxins out. So, echinacea, plantain. Yarrow is a blood mover. It's also good, I have for fever here, because it will also pull out toxins. It's a blood mover. It's great for varicose veins, bruises and stuff like that. I use salves on that for bruises. But the yarrow, plantain, echinacea, equal parts are going to be pre-made in my bag. Probably about between the 3 of them, a teaspoon of each. And then drawstrings pulled, put in the bag, and I'm just going to label it as antiviral tea blend. And if somebody gets in a wad about that and takes that away from me, so be it. And I know I say that a lot. I don't know what they're going to take from me, but I really don't know. You hear about people, because everything's different no matter where you go. Some people, you can't take this, what you can take on planes, sometimes you can't take on cruises. And then there are some things you can never take on the planes or the cruises. The first thing that comes to mind for me would be any CBD gummies. That's a no-no because we're dealing with CBD products that contain any any amount, I think, of THC, but CBD overall, that's state by state. So you may leave your state, land in another state, and then find yourself arrested at the airport or denied boarding on a cruise and also banned for life. So no CBD anywhere. If you have arthritis or use them to help as sleep aids, I'd like to recommend alternates such as stinging nettle for the joint pain, the arthritis. Most of your herbs will have anti-inflammatory problems that will help with that. So if you're away from your CBD for a week and a half, however long you're away at a place where you can't take it, just look at your alternates so that you can take care of yourself and not be miserable. Sleep, you can use chamomile tea, skullcap, catnip, or I love melatonin. I have brought some melatonin with us as well, the little dissolvable. I have some that are 3. The ones I'm taking, I think, are 5s. And it's just, if you have a little difficulty sleeping, it just helps relax. One thing I want to say about the melatonin while I'm thinking about it, and if I've mentioned it already and been redundant, just my apologies. Not all melatonins are created equal. I don't take a 10 milligram. That would make me too sleepy. 5 is the sweet spot for me. 3 is if I just need to knock off a little of the edge and go to sleep. But some brands and different body chemistries, what may work for one person may make another person have a lucid dream that they're riding on a dinosaur evading zombies. So just, if you strike out with melatonin number 1, then try another one because the brands are not the same. And then when you find the brand that works for you, if you're not freaked out by the riding the dinosaur and the zombies chasing you, then you'll know what brand to stick with. I will say this, is that the one that was the absolute worst was from the Dollar Tree. I think I had at that time been running out or low or whatever, and you're in the Dollar Tree anyway. Oh, it's $1 when it was $1. Pick it up, grab it, put it in the cart, and then you wake up the next morning. It's like, holy cow, what happened? So just don't freak out and don't get upset if one doesn't work for you. Try another brand, another milligram amount or something like that. Start off maybe small with a 3 and then see how your body takes to that one. So, and if you are in a dinosaur with zombies chasing you, you're going to be okay. So anyway, I got some work to do. Got some stuff to blend because, like I said, I do everything ahead of time. And also need to do my daily, I vacuum every day and probably mop 5 times a week, because when you foster dogs and cats and then, you have just life, I just am very weird like that. I like to keep it nice and clean. And also with the allergies too, it's very important to keep it as clean an environment as possible. So yes, I do have allergies. I'm very sensitive to things, dust, pollen, all kinds of things, yet I'm outside. Yet I'm cleaning the house. When I'm dusting or outside and the pollen's really heavy, I will wear one of my cloth masks, my breathable cloth mask, and it does help me not have such a bad reaction to that. Cutting grass, that's not even optional to go cut grass without a mask, because the years ago that I did that was the last time I did that, because I could not breathe. I was so stopped up. So you have to do what you have to do. You know your conditions. So now we know that viruses are affecting some cruises recently. if you are planning to now, soon, in the future, just know what you need to protect yourself. Take those measures ahead of time. And really, if you're drinking these every day and doing proactive things every day, and eating healthy is very important too. Not a lot of processed foods or stuff like that, because it's not feeding your body. It may be filling a place in your tummy for a little bit, but it's not nourishing your body. So go for your fruits. If you're diabetic, go for whatever fresh produce you can consume, whether that's spinach, kale, just whatever is your cup of tea. And by that I mean food. But whatever you like, there will be something out there that will have those properties that will feed and nourish your body. Where if you eat a bag of chips or something like that, it may be fun in the moment, but it's not doing anything beneficial for you. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some ideas, and we don't go in with fear. We prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and as long as we maintain our immunity and have overall good health, we should be okay. With the norovirus, it's not, I don't know that it's famous for fatalities or anything like that, but it will make you very sick. The electrolytes are coming with us, if I haven't said that yet. The other virus, the one that took the lives of some people, that's a completely different virus. But nobody wants to go, oh, okay, it's just norovirus. No, I think that's what I had in February, and you do not want that, because the throwing up, the being sick, the vertigo, and then when your stomach runs out of things to expel from your body will begin dry heaving. So anybody with a heart condition, that could put them at risk. So while it is not typically fatal, we want to do what we can do to take care of ourselves and anybody who may be vulnerable. Love y'all. Stay safe out there. Boost those immune systems, everybody. Take care.